Traders, Dave Alexander here. Welcome to the weekly Forex forecast for the 14th February 2021. So let's start with the COT as usual, and we are looking on the dollar index here on the right side, and what we can see is that still does not have any longs positions, but the shorts are growing and being very negative. We are in the negative net positions, so it's very bearish for me. On the other side, the euro, we can see that we had the drop in the longs positions, which has made that drop in the last week into the daily level, from where we are seeing strong bounce, right? And it's confirmed by the adding the longs positions. So what was that? Basically, it was the profit taking. So the hedge funds probably just freed some more money so they can go even higher, right? So the next one will be the franc. What we can see in here, we can see that this is still very bearish, very bearish, very bearish, very bearish. They only sometimes take out some profits there, but still keeping it very bearish, not building any longs positions. If you look at it from the perspective of the USD franc, we can see that the longs has been dropping and the shorts somehow still growing. So expecting the USD franc to continue lower, and then I will show you the trick which I think the banks did the last week. JPY, that is very bearish, and I think it's a more bearish than the USD JPY is bearish, right? So we have a lot of shorts, so it's bearish. Actually, that means that the Japanese yen is kind of bullish, right? Even though they bring some shorts last week, they still keeping 3 times bigger longs positions on the Japanese yen. So the Japanese yen is bullish, that means USD JPY bearish. Pound is one of the strongest currency currently. Look how they build the longs positions, and they actually closing the shorts, right? Only what we have right now is the extreme number on the level. So I think there would be some profit taking, or might it was that move which happened the last week with the profit taking into the 4 hours and a 1 hour level, and then sharp move higher. Let's see, we will see on that on the charts. Next one will be Aussie. Aussie still somehow around the 60k longs, somehow they build the shorts. It's a 50-50, nothing extra, but against the USD I think it's strong. The Canadian dollar, what we can see here, we can see the growth in the longs positions, drop in the shorts, right? So the Canadian dollar is strong, which makes it USD CAD weak, so that could drop down. Kiwi, we can see the banks has added the longs positions for quite some time, then they took the profit. Oh, sorry, let me explain it this way. They've been very bullish, then they take out some profits, and now they are bullish again. Yes, they added some long shorts positions to rebalance the price. However, if you remember how it looks like on the NZD, it's ranging, and I think we will see the breakout soon, right? Okay, let's look as well for the gold, which is quite interesting for me right now again. And what happening here is that the banks actually closed from these 350k daily longs positions, and they dropped to the 300, right? But look what they did as well. The shorts, they actually been 90k shorts in here, and right now they are 57. So they reduced overall total volume. So right now they have only 367 K contracts against what they had in the past. So what that means? That means that they could move it up again because they have now free money. So I'm thinking the gold will go higher again. However, it's not so interesting for me to trade anymore, because I see the better opportunities in the cryptos against the gold or the Forex. You know I'm Forex guy. So right now we are looking to the dollar index. So here on the monthly we actually can see that the price is dropping, right? And we are seeing right now this retest of this monthly trend line, and I'm thinking this price will definitely take out these lows in here, so that could drop down. And even if it will continue into this 3 monthly level, it's very possible. On the weekly again, the price moved back into this liquidity void, and I'm thinking we will see the drop down, right? because mainly what's happening in here, we can see how looks the positions, right? Very negative, so no reason to go long on the USD. That's what happening here on the daily chart. We can see the break through this trend line, small retest, and the price can go lower, right? Here is the fake move on the 4 hours through this trend line, and we will see the price probably taking out these lows of those who take the long. So I'm bearish on the USD, definitely. This is the Aussie, and the Aussie on the monthly is reaching the level. However, what I'm thinking is that as we have touched this weekly trend line, we still have a room to go higher. And look what happened actually here on the daily time frame, which is very beautiful. We can see the price was ranging in this so-called channel. Now it break up, retested. Here is this break and the retest and a sharp move higher, right? So possibly we can go still a bit higher for sure. This is the pound. Pound is actually reaching this monthly level. However, it does not mean anything for the pound. As you remember, on the pound, we can see very big bullishness in here, right? However, this was the last week, right? So might we will see the pullback first, but still big room to go higher on the weekly and on the daily as well. Potential move higher. So on the 4 hours, actually, we can see that there is still room. We have this break through this trend line, which caused many people to enter the short in here. And as they took out the previous 2 days lows, as you can see in here, this dip into this liquidity zone, I'm thinking the price could continue higher in the next week. Right, this is a euro. Euro looks very same. It's like the opposite of the USD, right? So we having the uptrend on the monthly, and we are testing this trend line, and potentially these highs on the monthly could be taken out, right? On the weekly, nice dip into the liquidity void. We getting the bullish candle. Here on the daily, we actually had the short-term downtrend, which was broken in here, and nice dip into the liquidity zone. Again, you can see it dipped below the last previous 2 days lows, and a strong rejection up into it, right? So euro for me looks very bullish, and I'm thinking that it can takes out these highs and these highs and come into this level, right? So it's a similar scenario as on the GBP. If you look at it, as they dipped below the previous 2 days lows, right? Take out the longs, stop losses out, and as well the people started to short in here, right? And as the traders starting to short, they take it sharply up, right? So that's what I'm thinking is coming on the euro. Very similar scenario, right? Okay, let's continue with the next one, which will be the Kiwi. And as said, it's actually the ranging right now here on the daily, right? So it's a range, and what I'm thinking is it looks like exhaustion on this weekly, but I'm thinking that the weak dollar will bring it still higher. But this chart is not clear for me too much. I see much better opportunities, for example here on the franc. So the franc, this monthly chart, look how bearish it is. It's actually very bearish, but here is not any level, right? So what happened in here in the 2015 when the price dropped back down into it, it actually cleared all this level. So next liquidity will be around here where we have this small drop. So I'm thinking the price could drop all the way down, but of course it does not mean that I will open the short and wait for the next 6 months then it will drop. First of all, I have no such a strong psychology, and I cannot stay in the trades like this. But look what happened on the weekly. We had actually this beautiful accumulation phase. Sorry, then the price dropped down, which has created this level. We came back into it, and we have getting sharp reaction here, right? So on the daily, there was a short-term uptrend, which is right now broken and retested. And now here is what I wanted to tell you about the COT, right? So we have seen that the banks has reported the drop in the shorts for of the franc, right? So I will show you in here. This is the franc, and we can see that they actually reported the drop in the positions, right? So what happened here? So is I think that they basically reported the positions in here, right? The Tuesday they reported. So what they did, they dropped the price down, they closed the positions in here, and they reported it. And look, Wednesday, Thursday, and the Friday they came back. Here on the 4 hours we can see it better. They came back into the liquidity zone, which is actually the retest of this trend line, and then we getting the strong rejection in here, right? Why strong rejection? Because they bring these shorts, these longs into the franc again, and now it can drop, right? So this is to confuse you what actually is happening in here, right? So that's why the COT is of course a very powerful thing, but it's not for making the total trading decision. I mean, because this confuse you in the way that you can see, they close some longs position, so the Swiss franc is maybe not so bullish anymore, but it's not true. It's actually very bullish because they closed as well the shorts on the franc, right? And they did it exactly here, so they close it to report it, and then the 3 days later they bring the positions with this fake manipulation again, right? So let's see. All right, this is the USD CAT. USD CAT is dropping on the monthly. We are actually in this monthly level, and I think it will dig a little bit deeper into it. Yes, so on the weekly, here is this actually the break of the trend line, but nothing, it's not the sharp, right? It's just actually, moving through it. And here on the daily, it was actually as well the break, but nothing extra sharp, right? On the 4 hours, same, right? So what I'm thinking actually is that probably many traders has entered at this, and here would be some stop losses, right? Or even the lower. And on the weekly, the level is here, right? So it still can drop much lower. So weak dollar can help to it. This is the USD JPY, and we are in the downtrend on the monthly on this level, which was actually tested. This level actually is tested, right? So it's not strong, and we should not expect this. But where we could go is all this way down, right? We can see that the Japanese yen is actually stronger than JPY, right? Here on the right side we can see USD JPY, and what's happening, yes, they added some longs positions, they might close some shorts, but still we are in the quite negative positions on it. All right, so let's see how this one will play out. I don't think the USD will be stronger than JPY. I think we can still drop back into this trend line. Maybe if it will be broken, we will see the drop lower, something like this. Let's see. So for the next week, I will be looking for the shorts on the USD JPY, but not on the all pairs. Next one is Euro GBP. So we are in this monthly level and in this weekly level, and here on the daily it's actually respecting this downtrend. So for quite some time I'm expecting the break up. I have made some profits in here on this. Now I'm a little bit trapped in some trades with quite small positions, so I think I will be adding some more positions in here because I still expect that this happen once the pound will hit that levels and euro will become strong. Next one is Euro Aussie. Euro Aussie is on the uptrend on the monthly, but we are going to reach this bottom of this channel. But it's monthly, right? So there is still room to drop. On the weekly, I'm thinking that could drop lower as well. So here I have actually been planning this short. However, I missed it, and right now I'm thinking the price can drop lower below these latest lows, right? But still this one is not too interesting currently to trade it, because shorting the low, it's not my cup of tea. This is the euro franc. Euro franc became very bullish for me. in my opinion, and I'm thinking we will see. Actually, here was this retest, the price already started to move higher, and I'm thinking we will see some corrections and then another move higher, right? So next one will be Aussie JPY. Here we have actually quite strong uptrend, right? However, we are going to reach this weekly level. So does it mean that the price will reverse and the trend will drop down? Of course it does not mean, but what does it mean for me? I think we will see at least some correction, and here is the daily, so as well at least some correction. So if that happens, it's somewhere around here, so the price might can go higher, but it's not interesting to trade it because you would have such a take profit and you need to use such stop loss, so no good. In here might smaller short, but later if the price comes back into here, nice possibility for the long, right? If the price don't come back here, skip the trade, then is other opportunities. Next one is a pound franc. Pound franc is a very bullish for me. So what we actually are seeing in here, the price is here on the weekly, sorry, is heading to this 126, right? So if we say this on the weekly, it doesn't mean that price go like this, right? It still can make a quite big correction. It would be 300 pips corrections possible. So on the daily, strong uptrend, almost hit this trend line. So 4 hours this break, so smaller retest and the potential move higher, right? In towards to 124.5. That is very possible. Next one is Euro JPY. Here what I'm expecting is the price to fill this void. So I'm definitely bullish on this one. However, it's somehow I think it's gonna happen, but it's technically it's I'm not finding a good opportunity for the trade, right? So what I would like to see is at least some something like a correction, maybe taking out some highs, some previous lows, you know, maybe drop into here. Somehow this is I don't know how to enter simply. It's you know, you never, if I don't know, I simply skip it, right? This is a pound yen. We actually had a perfect trade on this one, but I moved the stop loss to the break even very soon, so we've been taken out on the break even, and price went up. So what I'm thinking here, the price could reach this daily level, then we might see some correction. So for me, if the price drop a little bit lower, this liquidity void can work like a support, then continuation up. All right, my friends. And the gold, I forgot the gold. Here is actually the gold, so it's bullish, right, on this monthly. Here we have this nice void which working like a support. On the weekly, we still could possibly see the drop into this level in here. That would be the best scenario where I would enter the long, right? Currently, the price has moved up in here, then the bank started to take out the longs positions, and once it hit here, they started to build it, might slowly again, but we don't see it in the COT yet. However, we see that they as well to close the shorts, right? So they did use this move to close the shorts, right? We can see it in the data. We show you. So for the in here they had around a 70, now they dropped to the 50 in the 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. In the last 8 weeks they did this. So here it is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this period they've been closing the shorts positions and the longs positions, right? Why they doing it, I don't know, but what does it tells me is that they basically don't want to go too low, because if they want to do it, if you want to do it and you have a power to do it as they have it, you would be having building the shorts in here, and in here, but we can see that they don't do it. So as said, they probably trying to free up some money for taking the price higher. All right, my friends, this is it. Have a great rest of the Sunday. Bye bye.